Probably on a rampage somewhere. You have been known to take delight in getting in somebody's hand, and you always had the knack. Fade to black. Bet you already made a pass. I see a darkened room somewhere. You run your finger around the rim of his glass, run your fingers through his hair. They scratch across his back. Fade to black. It's all for the best, but I wish I'd never been lassoed. And maybe it's some kind of test, but I wish I'd never been tattooed. Oh, been to hell and back. Fade to black. Felt bad, worst hangover that I ever had. It took 6 hamburgers and scotch all night, nicotine for breakfast just to put me right. Cause if you want one cool, if you want one cool, if you want one cool, you got to run on heavy, heavy fuel, heavy, heavy fuel. If you wanna run cool, you got to run on heavy, heavy fuel. Heavy, heavy fuel. Heavy, heavy fuel. My chick loves a man who's strong. The things she'll do to turn me on. I love the babes, don't get me wrong. Hey, that's why I wrote this song. Says I ought to be dead. When my ugly big car wanna climb this hill, I'll write a suicide note on $100 bill. Cause if you wanna run cool, if you wanna run cool, yes, if you wanna run cool, you got to run on heavy, heavy fuel. Heavy, heavy fuel. Heavy, heavy fuel. standing on the corner till waiting on Marie on D. I'm trying to place a tune under Louisiana moonbeam. On the planet of a New Orleans. Any bar they call a saddle, and any rides are green, and something that you said in a dream. Inside of my suit, I got my mojo root and a true love figurine for the planet of a New Orleans. New Orleans, with other life upon it, and everything that's shaking in between. If you should ever land upon it, you better know what's on it. Planet of a New Orleans. I'm trying to find my way through the rain and the steam. I'm looking straight ahead through the screen. And then I heard her say something in the limousine, for taking a ride across the planet of a New Orleans. Could have been the king and the queen, but she took me on back to her courtyard where magnolia perfect